We'll take a look at international student athletes and what it takes for them to become students here at VCU. Plus, we'll catch up with Coach Jeff Capel as he reflects on the season and the upcoming CAA tournament. The VCU men's basketball team is full of new faces this season. Last year, stars Troy Godwin and Dominic Jones led the team to a conference title. Now, veterans Derek Reed and Michael Dozier are emerging as leaders of this year's Young Rams team. The Rams have welcomed freshmen Michael Anderson, Jamal Schuler, and Sam Falk. And even though the team's overall record is right around 500, Derek Reed feels the new players are earning their stripes.
Sam Falk, he got strength, so hoping he bring that onto the court. Michael Anderson just can jump out the gym, and Schuler got a good J and able to drive to the hole on anybody. So eventually each piece of the puzzle will be put together and there will be a good team.
VCU's next home game is against George Mason on Valentine's Day. The Virginia Commonwealth University's men's lacrosse team opened their 2005 season with a bang. They notched their first victory of the year against Virginia Military Institute in double overtime. As David Hall shows us, being on a fairly new VCU's club team is hard work. About the month of March, we think about spring break and the luck of the Irish. This is also a month, even if you're wearing green, a little gambling could pinch your pockets. We took a closer look into the gambling situation in March Madness. From office pools and free pick'em websites to more hardcore gambling, wagering on the NCAA basketball tournament is a yearly tradition. Although it's hard to find exact numbers, one estimate puts legal bets on the big dance around $70 million. Taking into account illegal gambling, that figure explodes roughly to $1 billion. VCU Athletic Director Dr. Richard Sander knows sports betting can become a problem for college students. Despite the document's existence of a problem, Dr. Sander doesn't believe it really occurs during such an important time like the NCAA tournament.
For March Madness, I think, that's the culmination of an athlete's career. So, I would find it really hard to believe that, athletes who have worked their whole life to get to that point would not play to their maximum ability. So, while, I don't think it happens, I think there's the risk of it happening, and I think we really need to be careful and make every effort that we can to assure that it doesn't happen.
Junior guard Alexander Harper says players who do it, the risks aren't worth the reward.
I think it's just a waste of time because they're throwing away a career that they could really benefit from in the long run.
There may be no way to stop gambling on the tournament altogether, but the NCAA is hoping to at least curb it a little. The organization sent out a memo to all the Division I programs about the Don't Bet On It campaign. They asked that all coaches and all willing players to wear these bracelets to promote awareness and try to deter the gambling on the upcoming tournaments. While there is no way to determine if it will stop anyone from betting, Athletic Director Dr. Richard Sander said that he thinks that is an important step for the NCAA to take. The Virginia Commonwealth University's men's lacrosse team, in addition to studying, many international undergraduate students are also playing sports. The university has 14 Division I athletic teams with 270 athletes. Just over 50 or 20% are international students. Francesc Lil is a senior at VCU from Barcelona, Spain. Lil rips up the court at practice and during the matches. He has a 44-10 overall singles record, but international athletes like Lil must overcome several obstacles to become eligible to play. This is the international application for admission that students must complete to attend VCU, but this is only a fraction of the paperwork they must finish before they're admitted. Sophia Hort-Wright was recruited from Sweden to play tennis at VCU in 1994 and is now Director of Student Athlete Advising. She recalls a familiar process.
It comes to international admissions and they decide whether they can admit you or not. And at that point they issue you a I-20, which is a paper that you have to take to the American Embassy in whatever country you're from. And this process can take a long time. And after you get an appointment at the embassy, you bring your I-20 and everything, you can get a visa, visa stamp in your passport.
National athletes, the paperwork can become overwhelming, but this was not the case for Leo.
Well, that was pretty easy because this guy, Danny Casquero, helped me a lot, and also the coach. They just sent me papers and they told me what to do all the time, and sometimes this Danny Casquero was doing it for me because sometimes I didn't know how to do it. So I think, well, the paperwork was like a lot, but I didn't have to do much of it.
The process of getting clearance to attend an American university can take weeks or even months. But Hort Wright says it's worth the wait.
I think it's just a great opportunity for anyone to come, and you get to do two things that are really valuable to you, hopefully. I mean, you get to play your sport a couple hours a day and compete on a really high level, and you also get an education for life. And most of the time, if you're lucky, you get a scholarship and it's free. So
Leal is studying business administration and plans to use his education for the future.
21 or maybe 20. So you leave college being 25, 24, which is a pretty old age to be a tennis pro. So I don't know, in my case, personally, I think my tennis career will end when I will finish school.
Leal plans to attend graduate school. By bringing in international students benefits both the university and the athletes. The university gains both diversity and talent, while students gain experience and education. The recruitment process varies for these athletes, as some are pursued by the team coaches, while some submit resume tapes in hopes to land a spot on an American team.